Hey everyone, editing Kelly here. I am just popping in to say I am so sorry about the editing quality in this episode. I tried out a new software and unfortunately it made us lose our intro and made it a bit choppy. So it's perfectly listenable slash watchable, but I just wanted to apologize. It's not our greatest quality and I will be aware of these issues the next time that we record. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. We love you all.
Jazz, how would you rate this episode on a 1 to 10 scale?
9.
I think I'd give it a solid 10, but I'm going to have some opinions that some people might not be crazy about. We will get into all of that today. We are breaking down Dexter Resurrection, episode 9, Touched by an Angel. Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly, Angry
Hello.
Bird Keen,
I'm Jazzy Dinklage's chewed scenery shamanic.
and shoo he did.
Oh my god. I had to make Steve watch that last 5 minutes. It was just so good. He's so unhinged and
Yeah.
brilliant. He's only been
Um,
tertiarily watching Dexter, so he doesn't really know what's happening.
First of all, I was pleased to see that apparently I was wrong. It's actually Touched by an Hell, which is cute. It's a nice tribute to a character that we've had around for 20 years.
What a way to go.
I have a lot of thoughts on it. By the way, Jazz and I have our Angel Batista La Pasio shirt on. I designed these and they've been asked for a bootleg rap style t-shirt design. This is my first one. We have his name at the bottom, but I'm thinking of changing it to Dexter Morgan, fuck you. But if anyone's interested in buying one, we will have them up on our site soon. And I'm going to see if I can arrange it so you can choose what to have on the bottom. I almost did a brutalism style shirt, but then I'm like, I don't like the bootleg rap style
Yeah.
shirt. In case you're wondering about my name today, I apologize to our audio listeners, but I'm putting up a screenshot here that explains my name today. Paul does not look like an angry bird in this photo.
He's the angriest little bird.
Yes, he is. He's a very angry little bird. Be nice to Charley. I know she's tried to kill you multiple times already, but
That hurt me emotionally. We'll get into it.
it was rough to watch, but it also excited me for reasons that I'll get into later. No, I did not enjoy what she was being put through, but I enjoy the narrative of it all.
Yeah.
Shall we get into it?
Let's do this thing.
But the first time I watched this, I just kind of sat there in stunned silence. We all knew. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody is going to be caught off guard by Angel dying.
Not how I thought it was going to go.
Me either. When we did our trailer coverage, we talked about what we think the chances are of Angel just kind of turning his head and looking the other way. I didn't think it was likely, but I was hoping that he would eventually give up. Not that he never give up. To kill him. It seems like that was his plan all along. It's just crazy to me. I loved this episode. I saw Dexter in the season 8 finale. Saw Dexter kill Oliver Saxon. He was the one who said, "How are we going to explain this?"
I don't think he was going to do it all along. I think it happened in the episode when he was in the 22nd precinct and they took his badge. That was his last straw. He's like, I've literally lost everything to chase Dexter. And Wallace tells him if she sees him in New York tomorrow, she'll have him arrested. So he's like, I'm going to finish this today no matter what. I think he made the decision then. I don't think he always planned to kill him, but he definitely did not plan to leave him without bringing him to justice.
So you think that he was trying to help them with the Ryan Foster case, like by going after Harrison and then hoping that they could get Harrison to reveal that
Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. If Harrison hadn't killed anybody, there really would be no explanation for it because he would have no leverage. Like Angel really wouldn't have any leverage. He was impersonating a police officer. He couldn't arrest him, so he needed Wallace and Oliva to do that. That makes sense. He had to have figured there was a good chance he was going to be in serious danger.
You would think so. It's wild to me that he just ran into Prater's house. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't for a second think that maybe Prater's also a bad guy if he's chilling with Dexter.
Right? Salts his security staff. Like, Angel, what
Right.
are you doing?
For me, he was always so insistent that Dexter wasn't the problem. I guess it was just seeing the Bay Harbor Butcher's MO pop up again so many years later, and that Dexter's in New York and Harrison's in New York, so that's what led him to that. But I don't know. Yeah, it did seem a bit out of character for him to just throw his entire life away to go after Dexter.
He retired
Yeah.
to do this. It's just so bizarre. I wish they had fleshed out the past several years of his life.
Yeah, because Lee even mentions that he's married and we never find out about his wife at all.
He's not wearing a ring, but he mentioned that he was married in New Blood. What happened that made him so on edge about all of this? Angela sent him away. Her story seemed suspicious. It's just so bizarre to me. I'm not really worried about it because Dexter has always kind of taken a lot of liberties. I'm not worried about it. This season has been fantastic. This episode was fantastic. It's up there with 4 and 3 for me.
This is my favorite episode of the season so far. Things keep happening. This is probably my favorite, and we haven't seen the finale yet. Followed by 4, followed by maybe 6. I don't know. I love them all.
Yeah, same. So, by the way, I found a Reddit post from the person who sold the porcelain cat, the person whose cat that actually belonged, did say that there are 2 holes in the bottom. There usually are with ceramic because it's required for the firing process. But they confirmed that there are 2 holes in the bottom. Dexter shook the cat, never turned it over. He shook it last week. So my crazy theory here, the cat was in the Kamara's home and Prudence died. And then Dexter took that same cat. And after he put the cat in his apartment, he killed Gareth. So my crazy theory is that Blessing could have his own kind of dark passenger similar to Harrison's, where he lacks out.
Has a seriously traumatic past.
I think it's possible he may have killed Prudence. There may be a camera hidden inside that cat and caught it and also caught Dexter killing Gareth.
Interesting.
After Dexter had the cat. And the reason I'm thinking all of this works out really nicely. Like first, the cat was in the Kamara's home and Prudence died, and then Dexter has the cat and then he kills Gareth. It would be mutually assured destruction as a way to keep them bound to each other. But the other thing is this whole season has kind of been up to Dexter figuring out how to accept both sides of him and live authentically. It's obvious that he cares about Blessing.
Yeah.
And I think the way he can have this nice little life that seems like it's not real at the moment, he just surrounds himself with everybody who knows the real him. And that's why I have the camera theory. It would allow Dexter and Blessing to acknowledge and share this darkness they both have. I correctly predicted that Leon was going to find out that he was the Bay Harbor Butcher and wanted a partnership. I predicted that super early on. I also think it's possible that he and Charley could get together. Everyone he's surrounding himself with knows the real him, knows who he is. I don't know. That's just my theory. Dexter has been the most human this season than we've ever seen him. He just lost the last link to his old life, minus Harrison, but we still know nothing about Asher and Cody. What do you think the chances are that this could be the only season in New York and that it goes back to
Miami? I've been thinking they might go back to Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which would seem because we would lose Blessing.
I hope not. I don't want that to happen. I also like the New York setting.
It's interesting. We have some other characters that we've met who I like too. I'm hoping Charley sticks around. I'm hoping Elsa sticks around.
Yeah.
I want to see if Vinny's going to cause more damage. Should we go into our LVPs and MVPs?
Let's do it.
And who are you putting on your kill table this week?
Stefan, the hotel
Please.
manager, because he told Charley she could keep Harrison his entire shift if she needed. What a what's happening up there? In what way is that a responsible thing for an employer to do?
I'm sure she paid him off handsomely.
But that just creeps me out. You really have no idea what this lady wants. How old is Harrison? 18? 19?
Yeah, I think he's 18.
You're just gonna throw him to whatever this woman wants. That's not cool, bro.
Not
Your
cool.
employees.
It's not cool at all.
If the sexes were reversed, would you feel comfortable doing it then?
Well-
Definitely would. I don't feel comfortable with it this way.
Yeah.
Some woman you've never met comes up to you and hands you a ton of money and says, hey, let me keep that little boy for his whole shift in my hotel room. Okay. Why not? So he's my kill table.
I hear ya. I'm putting Prater on my kill table. Oh my God, this was his most villainous episode by far. Strapping Angel to the table, first of all. And then the way he exploited Charley was just
Awful.
It was horrible to watch. I think that's leading us into Charley and Dexter becoming allies and maybe taking Prater out.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction was that the voiceover in Original Sin is Dexter telling Leon the story of his life because Leon asked for that.
That's a very good theory.
I think he's talking to Leon. So he might not die. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Next week's episode is the gala. Who gets your St. Rita award?
I gave it to Prater because Peter Dinklage was at his all-time best in this episode. He was so criminally unhinged and delightful. I just enjoyed his performance so much. Here's sheer childlike giddiness at showing the setup of Batista on the table. It was so dark and evil. It's like how excited he got to see Charley's wound. He was just so masterfully creepy, wonderful. I never expected him to get his hands dirty on his own. It really surprised me that he's the person who ended up killing Angel. I never thought he would get the shot himself. He just keeps surprising me with this role. He's so good. And yeah, even though he's awful and horrible and I hate him, I love him.
How do you think he's going to deal with or approach Dexter after all of
I
this?
have no idea what's
'Cause
coming next.
I think he still is going to want Dexter to work with him.
How's he gonna get him out of? Dexter has a gun. Like
I know.
Get him out of the vault.
Seriously, like he's stuck in the vault with
A wall full of
Angel's
weapons.
Yeah, a wall full of weapons and Angel's dead body. What do you think the chances are that Angel is going to become one of Dexter's ghosts?
I'm almost positive
Yeah, me
that
too.
we'll see him in some capacity next season. Even
Yeah.
if it's just one episode, I for sure know that he is going to be haunted by this.
Oh, yeah.
In the end, he's saying, maybe we were partners once, maybe we can be partners again. And Angel immediately attacks him. He's like, whoops, never mind.
Yeah.
But he held out hope to the very end that like their friendship would conquer this like thing between them. But Angel just had lost too much at that point, and he wanted to make sure he got him because he knew there was no way he was getting away. What a bummer. Angel is one of the people that Dexter actually really cares about and trusts his opinion, and this loss is going to hurt him.
He obviously cared a lot about him. The original series was kind of weird with Dexter's human feelings. It wasn't super consistent, but I like that it's been consistent in Resurrection. He's been kind of evolving. The St. Rita Award for me this week, I'm giving to David Zayas because he's been with the series for so long and everybody loved Angel and his portrayal of him. If you're going to miss him, I'm giving it to David Zayas.
It'd be hard to give it to Angel for this episode.
It was kind of a moment of temporary insanity, I'm sure, but any different.
Yeah.
Sure, you know? Like, so weird. Let's go to our lows. What's your number 5?
My number 5 the difference is seeing Charley get hurt, and both in the way that Dexter attacked her, because that was painful to watch.
Yeah.
That you saw is terrifying. And it was like, we've seen him kill women, but it was hard to watch him do that to her. And then again, when Prater forces her to show him the wound and she's so uncomfortable, you can just feel how uncomfortable she is and how much she hates it. And he tries to touch it and she's like, no. Yeah. She got really worked over this episode and it sucked.
It was
I don't like
hard to watch.
seeing Uma down. I like it when he's killing bills.
Yeah, for sure. So my number 5 low is just, I mean, Angel going too far with everything and then trying to kill Dexter. I already said it in the MVPs and LVPs, but he went too far and it got him killed. And I think he realized it was going to probably get him killed.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's just sad to see him go out this way. We all knew it was coming. We were ready, but it's still sad to see him go. That kind of makes it my number 5 low too. They did a great job with lessening the blow by having him get on the audience's nerves, but with the Dexterverse for like 20 years. So it's still sad to see. What was your number 4 low?
My number 4 was Charley visiting Harrison in the hotel. I mean, I know it was Prater's decision, but just such a bad move. They know what Red is capable of without even knowing the full story of him being Dexter. Why would you pull a gun on his kid? That seems like a really bad move. Not well thought out by either of these people who are both very smart. I didn't like it as a character choice, and I didn't like it to watch.
So my number 4 is Gigi being kind of cringy again.
My number 3.
I was looking online and I saw that a lot of people were saying, I don't like this character and I don't know why. I think it's probably by design. It's her dialogue.
Why is everything she's saying taking piss? Like,
it's like
it's not
she's
cute.
trying too hard to be quirky. And sorry, her comment about Blessing that he's got everything you need in his ride. Like,
yeah, that's his dad. That grossed me out.
Oh, yeah, it grossed me out too. Awkward as hell. I mean, she kind of just seems like an obvious plot device whose purpose hasn't yet been revealed, but she just seems so random that I have a hard time hearing about her and I just want somebody else to take the screen time. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is the same. It's the Charley makeout scene. Not Charley. The Gigi and Harrison makeout scene.
Yeah.
First of all, you know your dad's coming back at some point. Like, why would you bring her back there in the first place? It didn't seem well thought out at all. You know that there's all this danger going on, that your dad's probably going to come home as fast as he can, right? There's a lot of people making decisions that didn't make sense in this episode, and that was a big one. Nothing that they did made sense. Why didn't they just go, I guess because Dexter told him to come home, but why bring Gigi?
Right.
Or at least they text him and be like, I'm bringing Gigi back. Something.
Yeah,
I guess they needed him to walk in on them, but I thought it was weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. He thought he was breaking in because he heard voices in his apartment, but then he walks in on them making out.
Really strange.
It's funny because you had the same one for number 3. My number 3 was your number 4, number 5 with Charley and Harrison. I would have put it higher, except that, oh my God, Uma Thurman's laugh when
Finding out he was the rideshare driver.
Oh my God, I died. It gave me such a giggle.
That was funny.
Fucking hilarious. Her reaction was just amazing.
So great.
I love her. I love her. I'm obsessed.
Me too.
What is your number 2 low?
Don't keep plugging. My number 2 was the little argument that Blessing and Dexter had before they made up. I was like, why should I help you when you ruined my life? And I was like, oh, please. It was bad. I'm really glad they made up, but hearing the hurt in his voice made me so sad. I'm way too attached to that character. I'm sure that something awful is going to happen to him because I love him so much.
By the way, guys, we are going to be talking to Ntari Guma Mbahomwine, who plays Blessing. So By the time this video is up on YouTube, you should be expecting it. They probably put it up on Monday. Turn on your notifications if you want to catch that. I'm so excited to talk to him.
Yes.
I'm
gonna
really
be
looking
fun.
forward to it. Yeah, for sure. I love him. I'm watching Smoke right now, which he's also in, and he's so good. Just a very tortured character. So my number 2 low, people are going to get annoyed by me saying this again 2 weeks in a row, but we're at the penultimate episode. We've only got one more left. Still no mention of Cody.
I don't think we're going to get it this season.
I don't think so either. It's really annoying. What's
It
your
is
number
a
1?
strange admission. My number 1 is just losing Angel in general. It made me sad. We knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise in any way, but it made me very sad. He's such a great character. I watched the whole thing in a handful of weeks, and I'm still so attached to him. Like,
Yeah.
it's as I don't want to call it deserved, but it kind of was deserved with his behavior. This season has been wildly out of pocket, but I was still really sad to see him go.
But you know what's so interesting? As frustrating as his character has been, the writing was spot on. I think most people loved and hated watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene in the car with him and Dexter, awful and amazing. Exactly. My number 1, basically, Dexter and Prater, both just exploiting the fuck out of Charley and putting the Julie saw around her neck. It's interesting, though. They both know each other's weaknesses now, and I think they could use that against each other. But to see him step into this really sinister role with her was kind of hard to watch. The way Prater treats her is just so fucking difficult to
Gross.
watch.
Yeah.
Dexter and Charley have got to team up after this, I would imagine.
I hope so.
They have a lot in common. Let's go to our highs. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is Angel finally getting called out for his behavior by the New York detectives. It was a long time coming. I'm glad they finally confronted him about the fact that everything he's done has been extrajudiciously. None of the stuff evidence he's gathered can be used in the chance that they do apprehend Dexter. Like, all he's doing is making their job harder. I'm glad someone finally was like, what are you doing? You're a cop. You should know better.
My number 5 was the whole subway scene. Angel chasing Dexter and Harrison through the subway. Like, first of all, it had me missing living in Chicago and Chicago's chaotic CTA. Angel was right on their heels, and then Dexter just dipped out at the last final moment. Oh my God, the extra was in that movie. Like, he exclaims, fuck, Angel does. She's like, watch your fucking mouth, asshole.
Yeah, that was funny.
I love it. I could swear in front of my kid, but you can't.
Obviously.
What's your number 4?
I like that Harrison is worried about bringing trouble on Gigi. And even though I'm not crazy about the character, I like that his instinct is to protect her and make sure that he's not bringing unwanted danger into her life because they are in a precarious situation. I don't know why he would bring her back to Dexter's. That seems like a terrible idea to me, but at least he thought about it afterwards. Like, is it safe to go somewhere? I'm glad that he did it.
I do think that Dexter was a little too casual about the whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Harrison's going to be catering the gala. That'll be interesting. My number 4 is the music slapping hard again. I know I'm getting repetitive with that the past few weeks, but
that final move,
yeah, Mad World at the end. Yeah, Gimme Danger by the Stooges is one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
Mad World at the end. It just, the music in this episode just kind of set the perfect moody, pretty vibe. And
absolutely
no staying alive this time. Thank
you. You made it through one episode.
That song needs to stay dead. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Dexter's switcheroo. I'm glad that he chose to set Angel free and risk it. Gave things over to chaos. I didn't think they would have him kill Angel at all. It looked like he was going for a second. We even talked about how no one really pays attention to the fact that the first rule is don't get caught. And we're more concerned with the second rule of the victims fitting the code. By the code, it was the right thing to do. And he still wanted to take the chance that maybe their friendship could be stronger than that. And it was not.
Yeah, it was really brilliant to have him mention. I've complained a lot about the fact that everyone concentrates so much on the second rule of the code. The first rule of the code, which is don't get caught, means that both Maria and Dokes fit the code. That's never been acknowledged. And this is the first time where I felt like they acknowledged that fact. But Dexter's humanity somehow overrode it, which was really fascinating. I mean, this is by far the most human he's ever been.
Absolutely.
My number 3 was seeing Charley's duality between being super intimidating and also being super vulnerable. And Charley is a force. That sketchy meetup with Harrison, she was intimidating as hell. But when Dexter goes dark passenger on her, she's terrified and super vulnerable.
Her crying about asking if he killed her mom really got to me.
Yeah.
It got to me.
Yeah, same.
Ooh.
Don't do that again to your future wife, Dexter.
Yeah, it's not for real.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Blessing and Dexter making up. I thought it would be a little harder for them to resolve that, but
yeah,
Blessing's just such a sweetheart, and he was so ready to forgive him. I think he knew he overreacted, and he was wrong not to tell Joy in the first place. Yeah. And that's something you share with your child at some point. You don't hide your entire history from your family. But I was really glad that they ended the episode in a good spot. I found the same team.
Same. I was hoping that wouldn't last, so I'm glad it didn't. My number 2 was Gigi aside. I really enjoyed the scene in Dexter's apartment. He was super protective Papa Bear with Harrison, which was fun to watch. I loved the awkwardness of him handing him condoms. I love all the awkward moments between them almost as much as I enjoy the heartwarming stuff. But I think my favorite part of that scene was Harrison saying that Dexter did his work in the late 1900s.
Oh my God. That cracks me up.
I know.
Late 1900s.
Yes, we know you did not live in the 1900s, Harrison. Thanks for the reminder of how old we all are. What's your number 1?
My number 1 was the final reveal from Prater. The whole setup of him admitting he knew who Dexter was, having Charley come up from behind with a gun, the drama of it all. He was so giddy about it, and it was fun for me. I'm a huge Peter Dinklage fan. What a performance he gave this week. The whole show in general, but we really got to see him go this week.
He was straight up unhinged.
It was amazing.
That's my number 1 too. The whole vault scene, especially with Prater. Like I said, he was straight up unhinged. Him calling Dexter by name and outing him as the Bay Harbor Butcher and being excited about it. I predicted that he was going to be excited and want to have a partnership, and and suggested that he could invite the serial killers and bring them to Dexter, and Dexter could take them out. So I was pretty proud that I had predicted that.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head.
But I just love the idea of it. But then when they went into the vault and showed Angel there on the table, I had a visceral reaction. I felt nauseous. It was more disturbing for me than him dying. Seeing him, it was very uncomfortable, but in a good way. Just him being strapped to Viney's exsanguination table, so disturbing and unsettling. And then Dexter cutting Angel loose, only for Angel to try to kill him, and then Prater just shoots him full of bullets. The axe throw was one of my favorite parts of that scene. Charley barely missed it. Her face barely missed. Yeah. And then Angel's last words being Dexter Morgan, you just hit like a truck.
What
harsh. Oh my God. I like this. This felt like a finale.
It did.
Yeah. A lot of times the penultimate episodes of seasons are crazier than the finale. I'm interested to see if they're going to keep upping the chaos or if next week's going to be more subdued.
Well,
Can't imagine it is, because I mean, it's a gala.
Peter is known like for Game of Thrones, and that was always their thing. Episode 9 was the big kerfuffle, and then episode 10 was all the fallout of the chaos. But like, the penultimate episode was always the biggest episode of the season. But we'll see. I feel like the gala's gonna be wild, and Harrison's gonna be right under Prater's thumb.
Jack Alcott did mention during San Diego Comic-Con that he was in the vault with Uma Thurman, like trapped in there. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what happens there. Like, why is he going in there? Is he going in there to steal the blood flat? Hey, Dad, I got your buddies back.
All your little homies.
It's so interesting to me though, because I like she clearly, like, her mom really is. Her mom is her motor. I'm wondering what's going to happen first. Is her mother going to die, and therefore that will no longer be her motivator? It's strange to watch Dexter and Charley individually. Granted, she thought this whole season that Dexter was red. Even after finding out that he was the Bay Harbor Butcher, she was still very aggressive because it's her job. He also put a Julie saw around her neck. It's going to be interesting to see how Dexter and Charley deal with each other when her motivation for her job is no longer there.
There's a promo image, or maybe it's a behind the scenes shot of Charley and her mom getting in a car.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping she's getting her mother away from danger. I hope Charley's mom's so sweet. I hope nothing happens to her.
I know.
She's just a little angel. We're getting it wrong.
I mean, she can't have much time left. I mean, her cancer is pretty serious.
Yeah.
It's like stage 4 brain cancer. But the fact that she's trying to get as much time with her as possible, that's a big deal. She knows her mom's going to die, but she's probably going to be a mess when her mom dies.
Yeah.
If she's doing all of this just to get as much extra time with her as possible, that says a lot. I'd love to know what Prater is paying her, because her house was crazy.
Big old house, an in-home nurse, medical equipment, and chairlift.
I'm looking forward to seeing the fallout between Dexter, Leon, and Charley, and see if both of them are sticking around going into season 2. If neither of them are, we also have Dexter on a yacht in the finale. Those shots came out before the season even started. I want to see the finale already, but at the same time, I hate that feeling when the finale of a show you love gets there, and then you're like, you have this dread as you press play, because you're like, oh God, I'm not going to be able to do this for a while.
Now I have to wait. Hopefully it won't be too long.
We haven't really mentioned this all season, but we have been getting screeners for the show. I don't know if we're going to get the finale screener ahead of time. They were sending them in 2s to us, and we only got 9. So we may be a little later than usual with our finale coverage. If we are, just bear with us. We'll get it out as soon as we can. Summer didn't release the finale early at all to anybody. But do you have any big predictions for the finale?
I feel like maybe Elsa's going to catch Harrison and Gigi making out. Yeah, we haven't seen Elsa in a real sense, and I feel like that's going to happen eventually.
Great. I could see that. I think that by the end of the episode, I don't think Charley is going to be working for Leon anymore.
Probably not.
I don't know what's going to happen there. I would love to see Charley and Dexter and Harrison and Blessing and Constance just all take off on the yacht together. What if they actually do go back to Miami, and
so they can sail the yacht to California and visit Blessing's daughter? And
yeah, there you go. Yeah. If they go back to Miami, it would be interesting if Dexter was able to buy his old place back, if it just happened to be available.
I wonder what happened to his place. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Or he's got big Prater bucks, so he contacts the seller and offers him twice what it's worth.
He does have some money.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get Al back in the finale, or you think he's escaped for the season?
I have a feeling that we're not going to see him in the finale. I just remembered, and I do think he'll be back, but I've been feeling like we might not see him in the finale. But then I remembered Eric Stone Street saying that he saw the finale, which makes me think that he may have been in it because he said in the same interview that he watches the show like a fan, the episodes that he's not in, like along with everybody else. So he's not in the know on any episodes that he's not in.
Interesting.
But he did say he's seen the finale. So
I'd love for season 2 to open with Dexter and Charley hunting him down together. That would be fun.
that would be super cool. Now, the interesting thing is we did not get a last name for Gareth or Lowell. We got Mia's last name because she was arrested. But we also got Al's last name, which to me tells me that Dexter is going to track him down in Wisconsin. And they even mentioned his wife's name. Mia mentioned his wife's name right in front of Dexter. So I have a feeling that Dexter is going to start looking for Al Jolly or Honey Jolly. And he knows what his family looks like too.
Not a great move on this part.
No, not at all. I'm still wondering though if Prater filled Al in on the last second. I don't know what the timing could have been out of sequence with that whole thing to throw us off. I'm not sure, but hey, we'll see what happens. Follow us on social media if you're not already. We are at Cyborg Queen Media everywhere except X, where we are Cyborg Queen TV. We have some other shows that we're covering at the moment. We've got the Alien Earth after party every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern with Jazz and Steve. We've got the Daryl Dixon spinoff coming up, season 3. We're getting ready to start our coverage of that. It premieres September 7th. So in just over a week, we will be covering it with our weekly recaps. You can find that on the Cyborg Queen Media podcast. We are probably going to stop updating the Daryl Dixon podcast, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to redirect the feed so we don't lose anybody. But everything, of course, will continue to be covered with video on the Cyborg Queen Media YouTube channel. If you get lost looking for any of our podcasts, you can always come right back to the Cyborg Queen Media YouTube channel and find us here. We've got our Dexter Resurrection Sunday night after show. We're sticking to the 11 p.m. Eastern time slot because we plan to go live every Sunday, regardless of whatever we're covering at the time. If we're not in the middle of covering a show, then we will be doing retrospective coverage. Make sure you turn on your notifications. If you want to send us an email, you can reach us at kelly@cyborgqueenmedia.com or jazz@cyborgqueenmedia.com. By the way, for the after show, we do take call-ins. We have to do a tiny pre-screen if we don't recognize you as a real person that we're familiar with, but we will take calls. All right, guys, super excited. Don't forget our interview with Intari Guma will be available soon. We're talking to him on Friday, the 29th. Lots of exciting, fun stuff happening soon. All right, guys, that's it for us. Stay sharp and catch you next time.
Bye.